Howdy folks, Kerbo here. Welcome back to Ravenport. 7:30 in the morning. The birdies are just going nuts. Looks like it's going to be a glorious day. And we're ready for harvest. So I have harvested the oats here on the small fields. And we're getting ready to do 19. Got the John Deere harvester over there. I wanted to show off this garage here real quick. This is from Crow Modding. And in my opinion, Giants should have done this. The interior was like already here. But you can open the doors and you can actually use the garage. So I sold the stock garage that was there. Then I put this one in its place and I edited the XML and got the coordinates and everything. So it's exactly where the original garage was placed. So no weird terraforming or anything like that going on. So yeah, we've got a garage here for the truck. So that's nice. And the horses are all good on oats. If we go take a look here. Get them filled up with oats. And they'll hold 8,000. So I guess it's about 4,000 liters per horse. And they're getting halfway there. See, they're starting to get worth quite a bit of money, which is nice. So let's go hop in the combine. Got around 10,000 liters of oats so far off those 3 fields up there, which are kind of small. And we'll go see what we get off 19 here. Hop in the cab. I'm going to make sure this stuff's off. It is. So I don't have my wheel and pedals hooked up. And here's why. As many of you know, I have serious back problems, and it's really been giving me some issues this week. And believe it or not, using pedals is really hard on your lower back. Just the twisting motion, that's just going to get it all stirred up. So I am going to drive from the cab, but I'm using a keyboard and looking around with the mouse. Full disclosure. So we'll still drive from the cab. I find that really immersive and a fun way to play, but I do not have my wheel hooked up right now. Also, full disclosure, I've ridden the horses myself quite a bit here over the last few days in game. Let me take a look here. Yeah, we're unfolded. But I'm now using a HorseHelper mod, so I don't have to ride the horses every day. I just don't feel like it. It just rides them for me. So, full disclosure. It's a little bit cheaty maybe, but you know, once you've done it a few times, it's just kind of tedious. So, there's that. I'll still ride them occasionally and I'll use the horses. I like riding the horses around to inspect the fields and whatnot. But it's just kind of going through the motions, you know, once you've done it a few times. I don't think it really adds anything to the gameplay, so I'm using the HorseHelper mod. I think that's from LS Mod Company, if I remember correctly. You can find that on their website. And basically it just rides them every day for you. I don't think it charges money. I kind of wish it did charge money. I don't think it does. But anywho, I'm going to get some oats in here. I think I'll come down this way and we'll make a couple headland passes so we got more room to turn around. Use the mirrors here. So keyboard steer mod's been seeing a lot of work done to it, and I submitted a patch for my F and R text, and Mowgli accepted that, so that's awesome. One problem I have is in the newer versions, he's got that added, and of course he made it better because he's smarter than me. But one thing I noticed is he put it in the on-draw function call. And at least on my computer, it moves the text around when it's in the on-draw function call. If I take the exact same code and put it back up in the on-update, like where I had it, it doesn't move the text around. It's very, very strange. I don't know if it's just a bug in Farm Sim. So I've got the latest keyboard steer, but I did tweak it. So the F and the R are up in the on draw, or on update rather than on draw. So if you're using the latest version and you notice the text is moving around on you, that's why. Not really looked into it any further than that. I just kind of fixed it and went on. But one thing he fixed over my patch was make it so it doesn't show up like when you go into the Control-C menu, stuff like that. So I learned a little something. He made it more better. I'm thinking we're going to fill this guy up on this field. We'll see how it goes. I made it almost all the way through those 3 fields before I filled up the harvester. The 3 smaller ones over there. I had just about finished the 3rd one and got it filled. But I've got the tractor and tipper, as you can see over here, so we can offload as needed. I'm also going to do a headland pass here, just so we have, whoa, brakes. Just so we have more room to turn around. And everything is ready to harvest, so today's going to be all about harvesting. We've got oats here we're just about done with. And then we've got, of course, soybeans on all the other fields. And I think what I'm going to do on the other fields is rotate corn and soybean. It's a pretty common practice around here where I'm from, in Missouri. So we'll just rotate out. So after this harvest, we'll get some corn where we had soybeans. And I think we'll just continue to do oats here on these home farm fields, so to speak. The ones right around the farm. Just want to double check. Yeah, I do have this straw swath disabled because we've got plenty of straw, I think. Just take a quick look here at our stock. So you can see we've got the little bit of crop in from last time. And I haven't dumped the oats yet. There's some oats in the tipper. What didn't fill up the horses. We scroll over to straw, I think is this guy right here. So we've got 172,000 liters of straw. We're good on straw for a while. That's why we're not doing straw swath. I don't think it's really worth carting it over to the barn to sell. It's not worth a whole lot. Should be using the cruise control here. Well, maybe we won't fill this up. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to swing around and come back across the bottom here. Yeah, you can hear the horses over there. They're happy. Got plenty of oats and water. Life is good when you're a horse. Get exercised at least once a day. Plenty of food and water. Really looking forward to seasons coming out. Kind of not super enthused about Farm Sim until we get seasons. So I don't know how far I'm going to go with this series. We'll stay on this farm. I know there's several good looking maps in the works, so I'm thinking once we get seasons and a decent like Midwestern style map, I'll be doing the series on that for sure. Could probably use some more oats. I would like to, cut down some trees and expand this field here. Maybe join up those 2 fields there on the western side. Stuff like that. There's plenty to do, even with no seasons and planning and stuff like that. There's still plenty of stuff to do around the farm. I don't know if that'll come through in the recording, but in my headphones I can hear the horses down there. Kind of neat. They're pretty loud. Hear a loud whinny every once in a while. Alright, we got a little more than one more pass, it looks like. Easy there, Combine. Get too carried away. Can I actually get this all done without missing anything? Yeah, I didn't. Oh, nope. Spoke too soon. Missed a patch back there. It's getting all cocky. So we don't even have to change the header. We can do soybeans with this header as well. And it looks like we're not going to fill this up. I thought we might fill it up on this. Oh, there's some more I missed. Alright. I'm still terrible at driving a harvester. There's something just a little off with the driving. Sometimes things accelerate too easily. But it does have a pretty good feel. It's not MR, but it's decent. I know I was testing out a lowboy trailer. I've been testing a lot of mods, trying them out. And I had one of these combines on the lowboy, pulling it with the smallest semi-truck. And going up hills. You know, it felt like you were pulling a heavy load. And things stay on trailers a lot better than they did on 17. So that's nice. Don't necessarily need a locking script. They seem to pretty much stay put unless you just get crazy. There's a little bitty spot I missed down there. Boy, I thought I had done such a good job. It turns out I didn't at all. These little stragglers. We got 8,000 in the bin. That's not bad off this field. Is it worth grabbing this? No, but I'll go get it anyway. We even get another leader from this? Nope. Didn't even tick over. Alright, I think that's it for this field. Take a look around here. The old pipe out. I did get my HudHider mod fixed up once the scripting docs came out, so I can just hit left Alt 1. And all the HUD disappears, so that's great for screenshots. Those little mods like that I've done, you can find those on my Discord channel. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description to my Discord. But if I forget, head over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Kerbo_. Type !social in chat. You'll get all the socials. All the social media links you can handle. This is going to lead to disaster. Backing up in first person. Using just a mirror. Yeah, I think I'm against something. What did I hit? Is this too tall for the trailer? Or the trailer's too tall? Oh, I see. Alright. Well, we're going to go third-person cheat cam. See if we can't get this. I'm tilted because of the land, so that's the issue. Yeah, we're not going to be able to make that. So we'll offload down here where it's more flat. Combine was tilted up, so that just exaggerated the actual height difference. Alright, you sit right there. Let's go get the trailer. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Discord. So if you could track down my Discord. I've got a few little mods that I've made. No Crosshair mod and the HudHider. And there's a couple others. Let's see, I'm going to turn that off. Doesn't always save settings for some reason. What's going on here? That was weird. Oh, if you have that selected, it doesn't move the main arms. If you have that selected, you can move both. Okay. Got it. What are you doing to me, game? Camera rotation. Off. All the things off. I do like the adaptive steering, though, when I'm using the keyboard. Alright, now we got all the things off. So you can see we had 10,000 here in the bin. Oh boy, we got a big old hill here. We had 10,000 in the tipper, but quite a bit of that went to the horses. Get turned around here. Expert driver. Been leaving the arms on here just for a little bit of front weight. So the keyboard steer mod also gets rid of a lot of the engine brake effect, which I like. There we go. So used to the manual unload mod, it's weird that it just starts pouring in there. I think we'll just leave this here for now. We'll have to move them both eventually, but we'll go ahead and take the combine up to the next field once this is done. I think we should be able to fit up the road. We're not going to get out on like the highway, so should be good. Why does my cruise control keep getting reset? That's odd. Get some blinkers on though, just in case there's any traffic coming. I was out of town last weekend doing a bunch of Christmas stuff with family up in northeast Missouri, north central Missouri, a couple different places around. And actually got behind tractors and combines a couple times. So it's kind of neat. I never have a problem with that. Wife was getting a little upset about the slow moving stuff, but like I was reminding her and the kids, farmers put food on our table, so just be patient. They'll get where they're going. And the harvester we were following, we followed him for a few miles. And this was on a narrow road pretty much like this, just a 2-lane highway. It's two-lane county highway. And basically no shoulder. So it's like highway, tiny little bit of dirt shoulder, and then like drop off to a steep ditch on each side. So he was really working at it. Getting around mailboxes, and there's a lot of like blind corners. Got to watch out for traffic, but he did a great job, and he got to where he was going, and everybody went on about their day. So yeah, I never have a problem following farm equipment because they're putting food on my table. It means I don't have to grow my own food. So I'm going to go down to this far field here on the north side, and we'll start there, work our way back towards the farm. In case you were wondering, so I'm just watching these signs here on the side. I think we're okay. Actually bump the speed up a little bit. I'm going kind of slow because I don't want to hit anything. Not sure about this tree. Can we clip through there? Looks like we're good. So we'll get these beans here on the north side. Back down to 8. Yeah, we're going to actually use our new painted on access road. Look at that! An access road. We don't have to drive through bushes anymore. What is this madness? Let's get some soybeans in the hopper. Kill those hazards. So we'll take a couple bites off this end of the field. Give ourselves room to turn around. Actually, can we get turned around here? You have enough room? Crank that wheel around, and what we got back over there? Just some bushes, I think. I'm gonna kind of two-step this. This thing does have pretty good mirrors on it. Oops, let's not get clear over in the ditch there. Yeah, we avoided that tree. There we go. So we're going to get harvested, and then I think I'm going to go get some more horses. Here, while I'm thinking about it, let's take a quick look. So I think the only way we're going to be able to do cows is if we buy this property right here. And unfortunately, it's rather large. Includes a lot of stuff we don't need. We can put hopefully a large cow pasture right here. There's not really, unless we start going north. I mean, we've got all this land, but it's mostly useless. Which is why I just kind of edited in the money to get that to start with. It's all pretty useless. It's just steep hills and trees. We might be able to do some logging back in here, but it's mostly crooked trees. So we need $500,000 to buy that, and then some left over for cows. So that's kind of where we're at. Earn some money and then get a cow pasture down, which is not cheap itself. I don't remember if it's 100 grand or probably a couple $100 grand by the time we get the terraforming required. So the plan is still to use the horses to finance the next animal. I kind of want to do cows so we can deliver milk and have a little variety other than just throwing hay and oats at them. We do with the horses. Actually have to mix some feed. Add a little variety to the chores. Variety is good. It's kind of boring doing the same thing every single day here. Take a slice or two off this end. I'm liking this John Deere combine. Is this the 560? Yeah, the 560. It's just about right size for what we're doing here. It's not tiny, but it's not huge either. It's got good mirrors. I like it. I wish the camera was connected to the seat. There's probably fixed versions of all this stuff out there. I haven't tracked them all down yet. See, our camera's not following the seat, which is kind of weird. And the strange thing is, Giants did that on some stuff and not others. I don't know. Kind of strange. So we're actually going to sell these soybeans. So we'll be taking a load. The sell point is at some point. Not this episode. We'll probably wrap up this field and that'll be it. I'll get the other fields off camera because you can only watch so much of me driving back and forth in the bean field. I've only got so much to say. I'm not a very chatty person. Can't just throw a bunch of filler out there. And I think I've pretty well talked about everything I want to talk about. I would like to do bales. That's something I was thinking about. We're just doing the loose. Oops. We're just doing the loose straw and hay and grass. The problem with doing bales is there's no American bale equipment in Farm Sim. You have to have mods for that. And even on 17, there really wasn't a good choice for like American-sized round bales, like what we use around here in Missouri. I think I finally found one John Deere baler that had correct size bales, but then they don't like work with anything else because they're a non-standard size, its own model and everything. So that's why I'm not using bales. There's just not really any point to it, and it's just weird using the square bales because we don't do that around here. And the little tiny round bales look kind of silly. So I've done a lot of round bales in the past. Did that on No Creek. One thing I'm not sure about is how do we make TMR without bales? I guess we'd have to get a front loader for the silage. So we're going to need a silage clamp, I suppose, to make silage if we're not going to do bales. Or we could bale grass and wrap it. But then it just kind of instantly turns into silage, I think, in the base game, which is weird, unless they change that in 19. So we'll probably do the silage clamp thing. So we'll have to have room for that as well. So I suppose with the front loader bucket on the tractor, and then getting the other stuff from the barn directly should be all right in the mixer. Speaking of mixers, I don't ever remember seeing like a mixer wagon. But just recently, earlier this year, I actually saw one up in northeast Missouri where I'm from. And it looked a lot like the Irish one that I used. I think I used that one on No Creek Farms, at least at first. The little square green Irish TMR wagon. It looked a lot like that one. So I've never heard it called total mixed rations. So maybe I've been around that all my life and just didn't know it because they call it something else. Like feed. I don't know. I keep meaning to ask my cousin and I keep forgetting. He runs cattle, beef cattle. But I don't think he does any kind of like feed mixing like that. They eat grass and augment that with hay bales in the wintertime. Maybe like some mineral stuff once in a while. I'll try to remember to ask him if he's ever heard of total mixed rations or mixing up, you know, silage and hay and whatnot. Couple more passes and we got this done, and we'll just got a little bit of cleanup. Missed a few sprigs here and there. And then I'll have to get the tractor down here to offload. So we're going to be just about full. I think with the plant growth on normal, either tomorrow in game or the next day in game, the grass should be all grown up. I want to wait till all that grass in the field over there is fully grown. And then we'll do another grass and hay harvest. We don't actually have a ton of that. Kind of start getting that stocked up for when we have cows. Thought about doing sheep next. That was kind of the plan, but I think sheep would just be boring. Didn't really do much. So I think cows would be more interesting. So we have to do the mixing and we have to have the silage. Gives us more stuff to do. I didn't get a thumbnail. Let's get a thumbnail. There we go. Always like a nice high resolution in-game screenshot for a thumbnail. I like having my thumbnails always from the in-game footage. I don't like stage them or anything. We get another leader or two maybe. There's a couple leaders. So, decent harvest off of here. With this last little sprig here. Eh, 7,200 just off this field. It's not too bad. 3/4 of a bin full or so. And I'm so excited for these access roads. I know it's a little thing, but it just feels so much better to have an actual like trail off over to these fields. So I'm going to park here and get the pipe out. Then I'm going to need to hike back to the farm. Get the old tractor out here. And we'll tackle that next field. So I'll get the fields done and we'll see what's next in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you next time. Take care.